Hey, let me ask you something. Are you ready to dominate at the plate this season? Blast Baseball is the #1 hitting improvement solution, trusted by more major league, college, and travel ball teams than any other. The Blast sensor attaches to the knob of any bat, providing real-time feedback with every swing. Metrics are automatically sent to a smartphone app, generating insights that allow you to analyze and improve your hitting like never before. Go to blastmotion.com and enter code NOWD1 and you will save $25 at checkout. Unlock your potential with Blast. All right, everybody, it is 9 o'clock. Let's get right into it. We do this show every Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern on Twitter Spaces. I'm Alan Gay, and this is Now D1 Speaks. Really looking forward to tonight. It's exciting to finally hear Nick's voice. He is a 24 uncommitted. He is from Texas, and I think we're going to have a great time tonight. So, hey, Nick, are you there?
I'm here.
You know what? You're not even from Texas. You're from Ohio.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that.
There you go.
Hey, man, glad you're here. You know what? You do need to introduce yourself to, certainly to me, because I had the wrong state. So why don't you tell us where you go to high school, travel team, GPA, and how'd you get into baseball?
Okay. I'm a 25 grad at Fairfield High School here in Cincinnati, Ohio. I play outfield. I travel with Sluggers Baseball Club. I got into baseball pretty much just was born into it. My dad played college baseball at Mount St. Joe here in Cincinnati. I had two cousins who played Division I baseball, one of which is in the Diamondbacks organization now, Spencer Giesing. He's a pitcher. So it's really just been around me my whole life.
Man, absolutely. What a great way to grow up. And one more, excuse me, you're a 25 grad,
Yes.
Not a 24, and you're from Texas, and this is Nick McKenna. Man, we are really happy to be talking to you. I tell you what, why don't you kind of give us an idea, what positions do you
Yeah, so I play
that you're working on as well?
Okay. I play outfield along with a little corner infield. A couple of my strengths would be my speed and also my ability to lay down a bunt, either for a hit or to advance a runner. Along with those two things, I'm a strong contact hitter. I like to go gap to gap, really just getting on base. Something that I've been working on is my jump when stealing. I feel that's something everybody can always improve because even if you're not the fastest of players, if you got a good jump, you got a pretty good chance to, take a base.
Absolutely. So give us some measurements, like how tall are you and what do you weigh?
5'10", 182.
Okay. All right. And speed is the name of the game. And, one thing that's incredible about speed, and I'm sure that your family's well aware of this, speed never goes into a slump,
Right.
And right. Absolutely. It just puts so much pressure on the defense constantly.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Hey, everybody that's joining, thank you very, very much. Certainly appreciate the little bit of difficulties that we were having when we first kicked it off, but thank you so much for being with us. We record, if you did get in late, we do record this space. And so when we're finished, we're going to retweet it. You'll be able to hear it in its entirety. We're talking with Nick McKenna tonight. He is a 25. He's uncommitted and he's out of Ohio. So let me ask you something. You've been, with the people in your family, with your dad playing college ball, family in professional ball, you've been playing for so long. What is it that you do to really stay motivated, to keep driving yourself to get better? You're already playing at a high level.
Right. So really just wanting to get to the next level like other guys in my family have, just wanting to play, college baseball. And also just wanting to be the best of the people who have, play that next level is something that kind of keeps me motivated to keep working and getting better.
Yeah, I tell you, absolutely. And I tell you, baseball is such an incremental game. You know what I mean? You don't make huge jumps at a time to get better. And sometimes you kind of even miss it yourself. You don't realize how much better you've gotten.
Right.
Absolutely. Hey, one thing that I failed to ask you when we first started talking, kind of give us a sense of how your high school team did this year.
We were 19-8 going into the playoffs. We had a first-round bye, and we had Oak Hills, who was a team that's in our same conference here. We had them for our first playoff game, and, it was a close game the whole time, but we ended up falling up a little short there. and it was definitely, a little disappointing because we knew we had the potential to go pretty far in the tournament. But it was, a good regular season, and we have a lot of those guys back next year. It was mainly a team of sophomores, juniors, so should be a motivated team that wants to go far next year.
What a great year. I mean, 19-8 through the regular season is fantastic. And to your
Yeah.
point, you got so much talent coming back, it sounds like. I mean, that's super exciting in and of itself. And I'll tell you the thing about baseball, and I know you know this. I mean, it's incredible. One game can go either way. And it just makes it so difficult when you're playing these types of tournaments. You know what I mean?
Right.
Huh. Hey, let me ask you this. Thinking about your high school year, 19-8, other years that you've had, I got to believe that you've had a lot of achievements on the field, probably some pretty memorable moments. If you could just name one, what would it be? And then more importantly, kind of tell us what you learned from it.
Right. So obviously there's been a lot of great memories, playing baseball my whole life. The greatest accomplishment first, so far, I think has just been like the first hit on varsity and getting past that and learning that it's a big adjustment at this level.
Yeah, I hear you. Let me ask you, your first hit on varsity. So what grade were you?
Sophomore. It was this season.
It was this year. Man, that
Yeah.
is really, really exciting.
And
No
like I
doubt
said,
about it.
my ability to lay down a bunt, it actually was a bunt down the third base line, I believe, for a single.
Okay. Hey, do you hit at the top of the lineup?
So this is my first year. I was down towards the bottom, but I'm hoping to, work my way up to the top.
No question about it. Sounds like you got a super talented team to begin
Oh,
with.
definitely.
Right. Hey, let me ask you, how do you balance your academic commitments with your baseball commitments? That's something that always fascinates me. I mean, you got 7 hours of school, you got homework afterwards, tons of practice. I'm sure you're probably working with a trainer as well. You work on your own, you have games. How do you really kind of take both of those activities that require so much of your time and still be successful in both?
It's kind of just part of it all. I mean, academics have to come first for everything, because if you don't have the grades, you're not able to play. And if you don't have the grades, you're not able to go to that next level, because the first thing colleges, look at, hearing from guys who have played at the next level, is your grades. So you just got to find a way to get that done first, and baseball comes second.
I tell you, that's some wise words right there. And I'm sure your dad is absolutely, and not to take away from Amy, your mom, she's outstanding because I could tell she was ready at the drop of a hat. She had your back and made sure, hey, here's the phone. But I'm sitting here thinking about your dad playing baseball, in college. I mean, what great experience. I got to tell you, a little plug for this show, something that I always kind of think about, college coaches, they know that the guys on their team can play baseball. They're all going to be big and fast. They're going to be strong. They know how to play baseball. I think the one question they probably always wonder about is, when a recruit comes in, what kind of young man are they really going to be off the field? Because they don't have any interest in really hearing anything negative about you when you're not on the field. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So they want you to be able to take care of your grades, and that you're going to be upstanding citizen, you're going to be a great student, and then they can just focus on winning baseball games. So you got the right attitude, man, when you're sitting there saying academics come first. There is no question about that. Hey, let me ask you something about, some of the contacts that you've had with various coaches as you've been playing, and players, teammates, so forth. Who's really had a big influence on your development in particular as a player?
My dad has obviously taught me basically everything I've known about the game. He's definitely had the biggest impact in all this. Coach Drake, my hitting coach and outfield coach at Fairfield, he was able to change a lot of stuff in my game and make me better. This is my first year working with him. So I'm really looking forward to working with him for the next couple of years, because we're really similar players. He was an outfielder, batted left-handed. I'm an outfielder, batted left-handed. And I think he's going to make a big impact in all this.
Absolutely. So you bat left, throw right?
Yes.
Okay. And was that natural, or is that just something your dad he was like, hey, definitely kind of follow in my footsteps. I know the advantages of it, and kind of helped you to become a left-handed hitter.
Yeah, he was a lefty and he threw left. And, I think he would be able to work with me more if I shared the same thing as he did, because his knowledge as a left-handed hitter, he can jail it to me and make me a good left-handed hitter.
Yeah, shoot, yeah, man, that's so cool. I love that. That is fantastic, man. So, and you said Coach Drake. How long has Coach Drake been at Fairfield?
This was his second year, I believe. He played at Michigan and at UC, so he's just been through it all. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he certainly does, man. You're surrounding yourself with just great people. I mean, you got a
Yeah,
ton of talent that's in your family, and now you also have other people that you're getting influence from. I mean, that's fantastic. That's what it's all about. So he was
yeah,
at Michigan and then at Cincinnati.
yes.
I'm sitting there thinking too, hey man, he's off to a great start in his high school coaching career, and now he's got all the pressure on him for next year after that 19-8 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna have to help him live up to that, man.
Right.
Hey, again, everybody that's joining, thank you so much. We absolutely appreciate it. One of the reasons that we record this Twitter space, we turn it into a podcast. The podcast is Now D1 Speaks. It's on every major platform that's out there. I would certainly appreciate it if you like this type of content to go out and find it, listen to a couple of them, maybe even subscribe, and certainly give us a 5-star rating. I would appreciate that very, very much. So let me ask you, I know you want to get to the next level, but let's just talk about a couple of goals, and thinking maybe even short term, playing with the Sluggers over the summer, maybe a goal in particular that you'd like to achieve while you're with them. And then a little bit longer, other than just playing at the next level. I mean, really, what is it that you're trying to achieve over the next 3 to 6 years? I'll kind of put it that way.
Right now it's just perform for high school, be able to contribute to the team. In the long run, I think every player wants to get to the big leagues, but I think I'd be happy with being a 4-year guy at like a Division I school. If I'm able to go farther than that, that'd be great. Minor league, MLB, but just being a 4-year guy at a big school, I think I could live with that.
I think anybody can live with that. That's outstanding goals right there. And I do kind of want to come back to that in just a minute, talking about a 4-year school and so forth. But I'm also one thing that I'm really always interested in is, Nick, do you have any pregame rituals? We got a couple of cousins playing big time baseball. Your dad haven't played. I mean, is there anything in particular that you do that's a ritual, or do you have any kind of ways that you just prepare yourself mentally for a game?
Not too many rituals. More so getting in like a good mindset. Having confidence in myself to go out there and know that I can make every play. I can put the ball in play. I can do everything, like that. Coach Drake, by bringing him up again, he preaches, confidence is key and everything. You go out there with a good mindset, you're gonna have a good day at the field.
Isn't that amazing, the mindset? I
Yeah.
think, I mean, your mind is so key. I always think, if you're not in a good frame of mind, it just makes the game so difficult. And one of the things that you were even saying about academics that I think is so true, when you put a priority on the academics and you make sure that you're taking care of the classroom, you're not having that stress that you're carrying into a game. It really just frees you up, and it just lets your body really react to the game instead of your mind being on something else.
Right, definitely.
Yeah, man, I couldn't agree more. Very, very mature. I love that answer. Hey, again, anyone that's listening, absolutely appreciate you guys being on. If you're a 23 that just graduated, or you're 24, 25 uncommitted, if you're junior college uncommitted and you want to be heard, please reach out to me. I'm on Twitter. I'm at now D1, at now _D1. I'd love to be able to figure out a time to talk to you. We are booking up July pretty quickly. There's some days that are left, but I'm probably going to keep doing this, schedule it through August, and hopefully we'll just go into the fall as well, but I'm sure we could work something out. Hey, tonight we're talking with 25 uncommitted Nick McKenna. He's out of Ohio. He's a outfielder, corner infielder, or third baseman. He's got a ton of speed. Hey, you mentioned one of the things that you'd really like to do long term, obviously, is play at the next level. And, One thing that I'm really interested in is just giving us a sense of maybe your recruiting experience to date. And then without naming any schools, I would love to just kind of have a feel for an environment that you could really see yourself in. Yeah, you mentioned a 4-year school, but
Right.
would that be like a large state school or maybe a small private school or maybe even going out of state?
Yeah, so I'm fairly new to the recruiting process. Obviously, I'm only a sophomore going into my junior year, but I'm really just looking for a school that has coaches that want to help me get better and help me get to the next level. You know, Also back to academics, a school that I can pursue my academic goals, because there's always got to be a plan B, because anything could really happen. Injury, whatever. You got to have a plan B. So a school that I can get my academic goals done and my baseball goals done, that'd be great. Whether it's a bigger school or smaller school, college baseball is college baseball, I think, and I can be happy with whatever school that I can pursue my dreams at.
Man, what a great answer all the way around, Nick. Yeah, I know. One thing's for sure, being a sophomore, you still have a lot of time to decide where it is that you want to go. And one of the things that you just said when you ended is playing college baseball is really what it's all about.
Right.
And I always think about this, and I say it a couple of times, but whoever came up with it first was so right. I mean, the goal of playing college baseball is to play. It's not to sit on the bench and watch somebody else play.
Right.
So I think you are absolutely driving in the direction you need to be going. And, one thing that you're just saying, being a 25 and really just kind of getting into it, obviously the NCAA just kind of changed up the contact rules, to when they can start reaching out to kids. And I got to tell you, I think it's a good thing all the way around. And because Nick, one of the things you said immediately, you were saying, "Hey, I'm just kind of getting into it. I'm young. I'm still developing." Right. I think that's what it's all about. I think, you need to keep getting bigger, faster, stronger. Keep improving your game and not worrying about, oh my word, an eighth grader just got committed, and look at me, here I am. I mean, so that's fantastic. I love that. And then let me ask you, Nick, what kind of major are you thinking about, or have you really given it any consideration?
A little bit. Sports management kind of sparked my interest. Along with, I kind of want to go into like law, stuff like that. But I haven't put too much thought into it, but those are kind of my two main ones right now.
Man, I love it. One thing I also failed to ask you, right, or maybe I just didn't hear it when we first got started, but what's your GPA?
I believe it's 3.4.
3.4. All right, man. Hey, I got to tell you, Nick, you are really, really doing a good job all the way around. I'm really enjoying this conversation. Hey, if you had the opportunity to kind of give some advice to a younger guy that's coming along, that really, really wants to get involved with baseball and would like to pursue it as far as he could pursue it, what kind of advice would you give him?
Just to have fun and play loose. If you go out there if you don't have confidence in yourself and you go out there anxious, you're not going to do very good. But if you go out there, you play loose, you have fun, you're going to have a good day.
Well, it is a game, isn't it? And you are going to have fun. There's no other way to look at it right there. Mm-hmm. I think that's the best advice you can give anybody, is not to put too much pressure on yourself. Don't be stressed out and just have a good time.
Right.
Again, Nick, I have really enjoyed this evening. I was a little panicked when we first started. I wasn't sure if we were going to actually get to talk to you or we were going to have to reschedule it. But that's the great thing about moms. You know what I mean? Moms always have a way of kind of coming in and saving the day and making sure everybody else looks good.
Definitely.
No doubt about it. Hey, and thank you so much for kind of being patient with me. I got thrown off right at the beginning. I wasn't quite on my A game, but you absolutely handled it like a professional, and we kind of got through this together. So thank you very much, Nick. You just showed a lot of maturity and really just a nice pace about yourself.
Thank you.
So I absolutely appreciate that very, very much.
Thank
you. Yeah, absolutely. So hey, tomorrow night we are going to have a 24 uncommitted from, guess where? Texas. That's Bo Lang. So I think everybody's going to enjoy getting to know him. He's got a fascinating story. Hey, again, Nick, thank you very, very much for being on.
Thank you.
Man, I hope nothing but the best for you. I hope you have great success, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing where your career ends up going.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, everybody, I think we're going to end it here for tonight. So thank you for joining. Ready to dominate at the plate? Blast Baseball is trusted by more major league and college teams than any other hitting solution. The Blast sensor attaches to the knob of any bat, providing real-time feedback with every swing. Go to blastmotion.com and enter code NOWD1 and you will save $25 at checkout.